Okay, and we're up again. And this time, what are we talking about, son?
We're talking about X-Men.
From the year 2000.
Yep,
Okay, good.
before I was born.
Yeah. So, I forgot. Welcome to the Gentleman Juggcast.
Yeah,
Gentleman Jugg here.
This is Son here.
Okay. Sooner or later, we'll get that nailed. But I guess it ain't today, right?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Okay, but before we talk about X-Men in the year 2000, what did you want to talk about, son?
Wrestling.
Okay, and we're talking about what happened on Raw and on SmackDown this past week.
Friday Night SmackDown.
That's the one you want to talk about the most?
And Monday Night Raw.
Okay, that's what I figured. Because I gotta say, I was completely wrong. I thought that The Miz was gonna somehow weasel out of losing the championship. That's what I thought was going to happen. And
I didn't know. I thought I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen, but
I figured I knew. I just knew. I'm like, this is what happens. You don't just lose in a week the champion.
Unless you're Randy Orton or Fiend.
Yeah, I guess so. But I guess it's happened a bit, right? I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, but Bobby Lashley came out and freaking won, and you know what? I'm all right with that.
Yeah, I said I was all right with it before, so I'm good with it.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Now the Hurt Business have all the gold.
But also, they don't have all the gold, but I guess they need like either MVP needs to step up and win a match whenever he gets healed and take the USA title back, or that's the only thing they can do. They're on Raw, right?
Yes.
So that's all they can do.
They just need the USA title, then they have all of it.
Yeah, then they have all the gold. But we're just waiting to see what's going to happen next. I am down with it, but now for me, there's like a little dilemma because now there's two heels with championship gold.
Yes.
With Bobby Lashley, and I hope that like I said, I like to see the Miz. I like the Miz with with a belt, than the Miz without a belt.
Yeah.
I do like that, but I also like, seeing somebody who's a heel that also will fight people too. Like Brock Lesnar, I'm fine with him. I've never really liked Brock Lesnar, except when he first came out. He was the shit when he first came out, but I never really liked him since. I think, I think when the Eddie Guerrero beat Brock Lesnar, that was the last time I was like, you know what? I liked Brock Lesnar. I think he's cool. But, I haven't really liked him even when he came back to fight John Cena that first time, all those years ago. I was like, meh.
He lost.
Yeah, I never was into, I understand the mystique about Brock Lesnar, somebody who freaking like just shows up and whips somebody's ass and then leaves. I get that, and that's cool and everything, but I really wasn't into it. That's just me. Not to say that he's not a good wrestler. He is. That just wasn't for me his second run or his second hit during this time back when he came back to fight John Cena. From then on, wasn't my deal. But Bobby Lashley, I'm down.
Yeah.
Hopefully he goes out and he freaking just devastates some people for a while. Then we can have two heels that devastate people for a while.
Yeah.
But like, the Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan thing, I guess this will be their second time at Fastlane.
Yep.
Fighting each other, and if I remember correctly last time, Roman Reigns won.
So,
and a lot of people booed.
Well, now they can win, and I guess they'll cheer now.
But I don't expect Daniel Bryan to win this match.
Yeah.
Everybody's, so uptight about the freaking the Edge versus Roman Reigns thing, which, I'm excited for, but I would really like for them to like promote that more in the middle of this between Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns thing. I mean, we know that that's what's coming, but like after this match with Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns happens, which is only just filler for the main meal, which is WrestleMania.
Yes.
You know, I'd much rather have Edge like lurking in the background. You know, just like back there, freaking Roman Reigns out. Roman Reigns can still beat Daniel Bryan, and I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be a distraction from Jey Uso or some shit like that. I mean, if they really wanted to set the road on fire, you know, Jimmy Uso would be back, you know, and he'd freaking super kick Daniel Bryan in the face.
And then with Jey Uso, and then Roman would just pin him.
Yeah, you know, that's what I'd want to see. I don't know how well Jimmy is. He's probably fine. I don't know if he's 100%, but what I am saying though is that I'd much rather see Edge kind of just hanging around, you know, kind of still getting into Roman's head and shit like that. That's what I'd like to see.
I'd like to see what he did, like not this SmackDown, but I think it was one of the last SmackDowns where he was just sitting backstage while Daniel Bryan was talking. He was just sitting there.
Well, I assume, you know, when we watch Raw and SmackDown this week, we'll see more things that we'll either probably like or not like. But as far as that goes, you know, it's wrestling is fine. I mean, I don't mind the stories right now. You know, I was kind of getting tired of seeing Drew McIntyre be champion. I mean, he's a good face, you know, but like I was like, I'm fine with him. You know, I'm one of the few people who actually liked him when Drew McIntyre was a heel. You know, but then again, I like everybody who's a heel. So, yeah, that's just what I like. It's like everybody being a heel, but you can't have a thing full of heels. So
you have to have good guys.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just going to be nothing but bad guys running away from each other.
Something for the kids to cheer for, you know, but whatever. I mean, I'd really like to see a heel that I don't like. That's what I want to see. Because all the heels I like all of them, you know, even Apollo Crews, you know, I wasn't with it when he freaking turned into a heel. But then, like, when he did his thing on SmackDown last week, I was like, you know what? He's won me over.
Even Otis.
Okay, I don't really like Otis as a heel.
You like heel Otis?
I don't like heel Otis. I don't like that at all. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't work for me. If Otis wants to do something, I need to see him do some shit. Like, I don't know, hit somebody with a car again.
I don't know. Hit someone with a giant piece of meat.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I'm not a fan of heel Otis, Chad Gable. I just don't feel like Chad Gable could really be a heel. But you know, he is welcome to surprise me. I just haven't seen it yet.
At least they're back to calling him Chad Gable.
Well, yeah, but you know, that's old news. You know, the new news is that he's a heel with Otis, and didn't see that coming, and I really don't like it. I don't even like their pairing. I don't like that either. You know, it's like, you guys are kind of boring me with this.
I also haven't seen Dolph Ziggler or Robert Roode, the tag team champions in SmackDown, in a while.
Yeah, but when you do see them, they're just drinking out of their red cups.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, what is that? Is that supposed to be like people drink out of red cups? There's not the only red cups in the world. Hell no, because, you know, I mean, the Street Profits come out and they freaking drop red cups in their freaking entrances, right?
Yeah.
You know, no one cares. I don't care. Is that supposed to be like some kind of like slight against the Street Profits? I don't give a shit.
They're called the Dirty Dogs.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot completely about that. It's gay in the mouth.
The Dirty Dogs.
Yeah, well, but that's basically what's going on in wrestling from our standpoint. I mean, like I said, I like the champions that are champions right now, you know, but whatever. You know.
There's one thing I want to talk about though.
What?
The Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton feud. I hope that ends soon because it's been going on for a while.
Yeah, I'm done with that. I've been done with that for a while though. I just sick and tired of that.
Yeah, every week it's just Randy Orton like, I'm not getting distracted this time. You see, this time I'm
Yeah, and
gonna
then
win
he
some
get then
matches.
he gets distracted, and then it's just like,
Then he
okay.
coughs some black vomit.
I'm
Talks.
I'm I'm just done with this whole thing. Fucking have the Fiend come out or just stop.
The Fiend won't return.
Like they've done this kind of thing before where like a character like they just stop something in the middle. When it starts to get too fucking stupid, they're like, okay, end the story. And then they don't even finish it. Like when Bray Wyatt before the Fiend did the Sister Abigail character himself under like a sheet talking to Finn Balor, and it was like the most stupidest thing I'd ever seen. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Do you remember that?
Yeah. Then they're like, okay, let's just stop.
Yeah, I don't remember them continuing.
Yeah, I just remember it just
I don't
stopped.
remember them continuing at all. It was just like he's like started talking in like some kind of like voice under a sheet, and you're like, what the fuck is this? I'm pretty sure if I was in the crowd, I would probably scream that out. What the fuck is this?
But they kind of just stopped that. Whereas here they're just like,
we're gonna ride this motherfucker until the
like,
wheels fall
and
off.
be like, okay, we got to do everything. So we're gonna have Randy Orton talk to an evil version of Randy Orton, even though he's already evil.
Yeah, so he's Randy or Ortoner. I don't know. I'll workshop that. That was dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I got for wrestling. What do you got? That it for you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what we are here to talk about is the meat and potatoes of the podcast today, and we're talking X-Men 2000.
Spoilers.
Yeah, of course. That should go without saying. It's probably in the description. I probably wrote that in. So this movie, starring Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier. My first time ever seeing Patrick Stewart was in Star Trek: The Next Generation. You don't know that show?
No.
No. But it was hot shit in a cold glass when I saw that shit. I'm not a Trekkie. I'm really more of a Star Wars guy. I'll watch that shit all day, good and the bad. I don't give a fuck. I'll watch the Ewok special. I'll watch that shit.
You watch the Christmas special.
I'll watch the Christmas special. I don't give a fuck. I'll put it on repeat. Long before I watch Star Trek. That doesn't mean that I hate Star Trek. I like it. I just like Star Wars more. But when I used to watch Star Trek: The Next Generation, I used to watch it as a kid because that's when it was on. For me, anyways. And like most kids, I got into X-Men because of the TV show that came out, the X-Men cartoon. You've seen that shit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That shit came out when I was a kid. I think I was like, 10 or 11 when it came out. But when it came out, and then I'm watching, Star Trek: The Next Generation, I'm thinking he'd probably play a good Professor X. And then they cast him when they made the X movie. I was like, who didn't see that? Who didn't see that? There was nobody in the world that I can think of that didn't think that guy could play Xavier. So that's how I saw it. I didn't see Ian McKellen as Magneto. Like I say, I was spoiled on this show, and Magneto in that show is complete buff dude for living in, in the Holocaust. This dude is buff as fuck for that guy.
He's really buff.
He's really buff, and I'm like, I don't see Ian McKellen as Magneto. Not to say that Ian McKellen isn't good as Magneto, but like I say, that's what it is. But Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine, Logan, not his first media, but this was the first time I heard of him. Okay, like I didn't know who they could have gotten to play him. I remember they had this one guy. His name was Doug Ray Scott. I remember hearing that name of somebody playing Wolverine, but I mean, when the X-Men movie came out, besides, Patrick Stewart and James Marsden and Frankie Jensen and Halle Berry. I didn't know anybody else. You know, um, that was at the time when I first saw this thing in 2000. What was I doing? I think I would have been 16. I saw this movie with my dad and my brother. It was fine. I saw it in theaters, so I guess that's something I got over you. Say, I just watched it a little while ago. What's it called? The person playing Rogue, her name is Anna Paquin. I mean, I guess she's fine in this role, but for me, whenever I saw Rogue, I always thought it should be played by this woman called Jamie Presley, because she actually had the natural Southern Belle type of voice, and for me, the looks. They could have given her a brunette look with the white streak in her hair. They could have done that. You don't know who Jamie Presley is. I'll show you who she is later. You're in for a treat. You're like, what? James Marsden, who's playing Cyclops. I mean, I didn't know who he was before I saw the movie in 2000, but whatever. Frankie Jensen, my first time seeing her was in this movie called 007 Goldeneye. And she played this character named Xenia on a Top. I know you don't get the joke only because you weren't born in that time. But it was a stupid fucking joke at the time when a lot of James Bond females had stupid names. Like Pussy Galore. Shit like that. And then Halle Berry Storm. I mean, who else were they going to get? Probably Angela Bassett. But who else were they going to get at the time? But what did you think of this movie?
Good?
Yeah, you say good every single time. Literally, every time that it comes out of your mouth.
Not in Blade. In Blade, I said fantastic.
You said fantastic for Blade?
No, I said great.
Oh, okay. I don't remember what you said.
I said great.
That was a week ago, and I don't even remember it.
Yeah.
So, but like as far as like costumes and powers, what did you think?
It looked cool.
Really? I don't know. Man, the costumes, like I said, I was spoiled on the freaking 90s TV show, so that stuff was like, it was underwhelming for me.
Oh, in the movie?
Yeah, like there was a joke in the movie where like Cyclops said, "What would you prefer, yellow spandex?" And I was like, yes.
At least I could see.
I want the fucking yellow spandex. I want that shit.
Put it on Wolverine.
Put it on Wolverine right now. I wanted to see Cyclops as blue. I wanted to see Rogue in the yellow. A lot of these characters were very underwhelming for me because I was spoiled on the fucking TV show. I wanted to see fucking Rogue fly and do all the things. All she had was the one thing where she took people's powers, and that was it. And she didn't do shit else.
She was kind of just there.
Yeah,
she's like, Wolverine, save me.
Yeah, and like I've seen all the other movies, and she never gets those powers, like at all, and that pisses me off. Give the woman the fucking powers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not crazy, am I?
I guess it's like telling Quicksilver, you can't run now.
Yeah, you're just done with that. If they can give literally everybody all the powers that they have, why can't they give Rogue the power to fucking fly and have super strength? I don't know. I would have dug it a hell of a whole lot more. I mean, they fucking eventually had Gambit in one of these fucking movies, and he had all of his powers. But whatever.
Maybe they don't like Rogue.
I guess somebody doesn't like Rogue, but I think that they really dropped the ball on that character. But the way this movie goes, the movie starts off with Magneto's origin, right?
Yes.
And his origin is like, it's World War II. The Holocaust is happening. They're taken away from his family. He starts showing his powers. They punch him in the head with a gun.
And that's it.
And that's pretty much it. Like, it's an emotional scene. I thought it was emotional when I first saw it in 2000. It's an emotional scene. It just is, I liked it. I dug it. And then they show Rogue's origin story, and that's cool too. I mean, I thought it was dope. I was like, okay, cool. So eventually she's going to get her powers. You know, like the rest of them. She's going to get the rest of her powers. Yeah, but that just didn't happen. It's like,
and it never does.
And it never does. Fuck that shit. Then you'll get into a moment where, like, you know, like they start showing Senator Kelly, you know, just completely full on Republican politician. Right? I mean, did you see that?
Yes.
That's like basically what it is. He's a Republican politician, you know, talking about black people and how dangerous black people are. At least that's the way I got it for. I mean, if you didn't know, mutants are supposed to be an undertone for racism.
Oh,
you didn't know that?
Yeah, it makes sense now.
Yes, that's what it's supposed to be. That's why everybody hates mutants. You know, which, I mean, they hate them, but it's like,
I hate those people with superpowers, but I don't hate the Avengers who also have superpowers.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like that. It's like, what the fuck? Why mutants specifically? You know, that's the whole thing. Like, they don't hate Spider-Man because he has powers. They hate people hate Spider-Man because J. Jonah Jameson, basically Alex Jones is his whole entire, you know, shtick on Spider-Man.
But everyone loves the Avengers.
Yeah. You know, that's because we know who all of them are.
No one likes the X-Men.
Yeah. So that's the thing. And yeah, I get it that some people may have abilities and, you know, people are dicks no matter who it is in power. You know, whether you have superpowers, you can still be a dick. That's why we have super villains, you know, but whatever. You know, Senator Kelly is out here, and I saw him all over the X-Men cartoon, and he's only in this movie, and that's it, you know, which, whatever. But like I said, when seeing Magneto and Charles talk after that little meeting with Kelly and Jean Grey, you know, I keep beating this into the ground. I was spoiled on the freaking cartoon. So I saw how they actually talk to each other. And so I'm thinking that's what's going to happen. And it didn't happen like that. It's just like, this is our take on the X-Men.
Instead, it's like, you can't do this, Magneto. Stay out of my way, Charles.
Yeah. You know, it didn't resonate with me. You know, but then we cut to, you know, Wolverine, and it's not really an origin story. It's more of just like what he's doing right now. Now, of course, we're not supposed to know who this character is at this point in time in the movie, you know, but he's cage fighting. He's doing the damn thing. He's freaking beating people's asses, and that's fine, everything. But you see Hugh Jackman here playing Wolverine, and he looks like Wolverine.
Yes.
You know, not nearly as buff. Like, I've seen Wolverine in all the other movies, and he is fucking jacked. Just hit me in the face with a brick, Wolverine. Do that shit.
Like, especially in Logan.
Yeah. Well, no. In Logan, I don't know. I mean, he was pretty buff in Logan, but not as buff. Like, I want to say The Wolverine or X-Men Origins Wolverine. Those two movies, he was as absolute most jacked as that character. You know, but in this movie, he's pretty frail. You know, just like, you know, just not nearly as buff, not nearly as, you know, not as nearly as vascular.
But what's weird is that, like, in the movie that's supposed to take place before this, he's like more buff, and then he just loses it all.
Well, you know what? Some people can't keep up with the regimen of working out all the time. Okay? Some people just can't do that. You know? And I saw in all the other movies, all vascular and veiny, you know, just dictacular. You know? Yeah, you know. But I mean, look, his introduction was fine. I had no problem with him. He was cool. You know, when the claws come out, I do remember thinking at that time, not what I thought his claws were going to look like. Again, spoiled on the fucking TV show. You know, on the TV show, on the cartoon, he actually has like little, like actual holes that come out of his knuckles. Not really his knuckles, like above his hand. And the claws come out of there.
Yeah.
You know, and this one, they kind of like come through the knuckles. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's what's supposed to happen? Okay, cool, whatever. And then I also didn't know he could control them one at a time. I had no idea. In the cartoon, I mean, maybe he did it once in a blue moon where he pulled out one at a time or something like that.
Well, what I remember from the cartoons is one scene where he pulled out one claw to chop some meat.
Some old salami.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that now. But I don't remember thinking about that when I saw the card or when I saw the movie.
I don't know why I remember that, but I just remember that.
Yeah, this is the only other time it's actually useful because he doesn't really clean the claws off, right? He just kind of like just has them.
He's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Just blood.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was all right with them with the claws. The claws looked cool. Like, I mean,
the claw.
Yeah, the claw. But I dug it. But then like later on, like you see Sabretooth and Wolverine fight
in some snow.
Yeah, in the snow. But like, here's the deal though. With Sabretooth and Wolverine, though, that Sabretooth and Wolverine are supposed to be mortal enemies. Like, they hate each other, and the reason why. But here, it seems like they don't even know each other at all.
It's like, who are you?
Yeah, like this fucking guy just came out of nowhere and fucking attacked me.
But then, like in X-Men Origins, Wolverine,
they've like known each other forever, and those movies are supposed to be connected, right? So it's like, okay, so why is it that like, I get why you don't know him, but Sabretooth knows you.
But Sabretooth's like, who's this guy?
Yeah. I like, they shoot Wolverine in the head with a fucking bullet. Spoilers on that movie that we'll review sometime in the future. Wolverine forgets all of his fucking knowledge. But then Sabretooth, he knew everything, and he just kind of came in like he didn't know who Wolverine was.
He's like, who's this guy?
Fuck is this clown? So I just thought it was fucking hilarious to me. Of course, when Wolverine also flew through that windshield, I laughed my ass off. I remember that getting a laugh in the theaters too, the way he slid in the snow to a stop. And then when Wolverine heals, I'm sitting there thinking, like, he heals that fast? Like, in the spoiled from the fucking TV show, they never showed how fast he heals.
They just said he heals.
He just said he heals fast. I heal fast. That kind of shit.
But in the movie's like, oh, all right, I'm already healed now.
Yeah, I'm done. I can get AIDS every day. I'm done. I'm good. But I didn't realize he healed that fucking fast. When they do show Toad in this movie, he's played by this guy named Ray Park.
He's the tongue man.
The tongue man. Well, he's supposed to have the powers of a frog, okay, or a toad.
He should be croaking then. There's no croaking. It's just.
I mean, does he have to croak?
Well, that's what a toad does.
So they're only defined by croaking.
Well, and he has to do the jump.
He did the jump. He did the fucking jump. Yeah, but like this guy Ray Park, you've seen him before. He played Darth Maul in episode 1. Nothing at all. He just like, you just look at me like I'm like, okay. I thought that was amazing. I thought that was fucking, and fantastic information that you didn't know. Fuck me then, right?
So wait, was he the same? Was he in that guy in Solo as well?
No. Well, it might have been. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was him. Because like he was first Darth Maul in episode 1, and then went on to play Toad.
The Frog Man.
The Toad.
Yeah, the Toad Man.
Yeah. You keep calling him the Frog Man. He's a toad. Okay? Otherwise, I'd fucking call him Frog. The Toad Man is what you keep saying. So, I mean, look, this is all fine. And there's exposition there with Magneto and Sabretooth. It's fine. When Logan wakes up, he freaking, basically chokes out Jean. This is fine.
Yeah, he just runs around a school hiding from children.
Well, yeah, but you know, it's the mansion. The mansion is what bothers me. And I keep saying it.
Spoiled from the cartoon.
Spoiled from the fucking cartoon. The cartoon itself made the mansion seem way cooler. So when I see the mansion here, I'm like, this does not look nearly as cool as that. You know, I liked it. And it was, I mean, the mansion here in this movie was fine. I mean, I guess it served its purpose. People who don't know X-Men will be like, oh, okay, this is what it looks like to hide things like that. But I remember the mansion in the comic book, and there was way more tech happening in all areas. It didn't look like that on the inside in the cartoon.
Yeah, in the cartoon, we had Wolverine's Jeep in there.
Well, yeah, that was in the garage, though. It wasn't just in the mansion. So
maybe he drove it around.
Just drove it down the halls. I got to go get me a book from the library, and I'll stop by the kitchen and get a beer. I mean, that'd be kind of dope. I would love to drive around a house. That seems like it'd be fun, you know. But no. But like when he does meet Professor X, you know, he's talking with him and shit like that. Their banter back and forth is pretty cool, making jokes and shit like that. But then like Wolverine sees Scott, and he automatically hates him. Now, I know, I've read the comics, I've seen the show, I know why Wolverine hates Cyclops. But here, in this movie, there's no reason for him to really not like Scott.
Here he's just like, I just hate you already.
Yeah.
I just hate you for no reason.
And I'm just like, what is that?
He's like, it's those red glasses, man.
Yeah. What is that? You know, so I'm just like, okay. So I was very kind of underwhelmed on that part right there. I'm like, I would love to have some more character backstory. And I know it really seems like I'm shitting on this movie, but I liked this movie.
You're just spoiled by the cartoon.
Yeah, you know, the cartoon really fucked me up. If I hadn't seen the cartoon, I'd be like, oh, this is fucking awesome. You know, and then I would have watched the cartoon and been like, oh, this right here isn't anything like that. I probably would have hated the cartoon more then. You know, and I love the fucking cartoon. That is my shit.
I like the cartoon too. I just didn't finish it.
Okay, you better finish it.
I finished. I got close to the end. Now I was in the Phoenix Saga.
I mean, one thing I can say that the cartoon did do that the fucking movie also did was the Blackbird jet. That shit looks the same.
It looks like it came out of the cartoon.
It looks like it came out of the cartoon. I'm like, yes, fucking yes.
I'm not spoiled by the cartoon anymore.
I love this. That jet all day. Yes. It looks exactly like it's supposed to look. I love it. I love it. It's great. I like how it came out of the basketball court later on in the movie. I like the whole thing. Give me that jet. I love that jet. It looked exactly like it was supposed to in the cartoon. And so I like that a lot. And when I got to see that, I was so happy. I don't think I was cheering in a theater, but I should have. Go ahead.
You'd be like, so you just be like, yes, black jet.
Oh shit. So we get to this point in this movie where it's a big exposition dump. Just things happening. Logan is being explained about the X-Men mansion, things like that. And I get that it's meant to be there for purposes of the people who don't know the characters and the story and things like that. I get that. This is fine. Whatever. They got to do it. There's an exposition about, you know, when they freaking started X-raying Wolverine to see what the fuck's in his body. You know, another exposition dump. This is what we're doing. It's fine. Whatever. I get it. We got to show that kind of stuff. To me, it's boring right now, but I knew it going into the movie in 2000 when I saw it. And I'm like, this is boring. Get to more action. But I was a dumbass 16-year-old kid, you know, kind of like you. Yeah. So, but what I wanted was just to fucking see more freaking people shooting things and stabbing things and, you know, other mutant powers. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to see. And then, you know, Senator Kelly gets kidnapped
by mistake.
Yeah, and it was our first time seeing her, if I remember correctly.
I think so.
I think it was our first time seeing her.
Either first or second, but like it was
pretty early on. And I remember seeing, Rebecca Romaine Stamos, who plays Mystique in this point. Yeah, she's fine. I know what Mystique looks like, and that wasn't it.
No.
So I don't know why they did it like that. I didn't like the design choice. I really still don't like the design choice with Mystique. I would much rather see her still blue with the yellow eyes, wearing the white.
Yeah, the white
with the white boots and everything. And I think she has a gun.
I thought she had 2 guns, but
she probably has 2 with the skulls on the dress.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that. I would love to have seen that instead, but instead they gave us this. So therefore the idea is that she walks around naked all the time, which fine, whatever. Like completely naked, even barefoot, and I've walked on the ground. And, there's all kinds of shit in the ground, and she's just everywhere barefoot. Yeah. I didn't appreciate that, but whatever. Whoop, fucked up. That's the page. So there is what I have the stabbing. I liked this scene when Wolverine is sitting there freaking, sleeping, and he's like, having a hard time fucking sleeping because he's dreaming about his past life and things like that. It's glimpses into stuff that if you know, you know, if you don't know, you don't know.
Nightmare.
Yeah, things like that. Most people just didn't know what Wolverine was all about at the time, and the internet wasn't as big of a deal, so you couldn't just research it.
So you just have to be like, is that the animal or the man?
Yeah, that kind of thing. So then he wakes up and stabs Rogue right in the fucking chest. And I thought it was a cool scene to sit there and see that she can steal powers and stuff like that.
The only time.
Yeah, well, that's not the only time. But she did it a one more time. 2 more times after that, actually. So, and she didn't steal them. She just kind of just like they were forced upon her, I guess. But whatever, she survives and so on and so forth. And and it was an accident. He did wake up and he did stab her. I mean, had he woken up, he would have not stabbed anything. He was like, and then would have been as a dream. But he wakes up and just stabs something, and like what I should say is that this is the only movie that I actually read the book, like the movie book.
Oh, I never read those.
Yeah, and the movie, I hardly read them either. But like the movie was coming out, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be awesome!" So I decided to freaking go grab the book, And I read it, and I was like, okay. So I kind of was split on what the movie was gonna be, but the movie and the book don't even fucking match at all. So
you're like,
that's still spoiled.
So I just got 2 different X-Men
stories. Yeah, I got 2 X-Men stories, but they kept saying this is the book that goes for the fucking movie, and I'm like, cool,
It didn't.
Yeah, it did, but it didn't. The plot points were the same, but everything else really wasn't. So it was like whatever. But like when after you see Senator Kelly have been transformed into a mutant, and he's kind of just sitting there looking like a fucking fish and everything, I thought the whole scene of Magneto fucking walking across that chasm to get to Senator Kelly, I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Like, that's exactly what somebody who had powers of magnetism would do. They would sit there and make it to where, like, they can get wherever they want to and no one else can fucking stop them. I dug that scene. You were saying?
Oh, I was just going to say that, like, when Magneto also just using his magnetic powers is cool.
Yeah, it is. It's probably one of the easier things to sit there and manipulate. I mean, like, in other movies, it starts to get way more freaking, outrageous because for some reason Magneto is the only big bad that they get to fight for the most part. But whatever.
Like in almost every movie. Except
yeah, he's like he's just being a wild card in every single movie, but whatever.
Even in X-Men Apocalypse, where he's not the big bad, but he's still
a big bad, know. I mean, I'm but we're getting ahead of ourselves. So they have to get the movie going because a lot of the stuff is just exposition.
Yeah.
Just things happening, for no fucking reason. And eventually they finally get, Rogue to leave the freaking mansion so that Wolverine can go chase her. When he does, that's when we see Magneto show up in all of his freaking theatrical glory in his costume. Now, I got to say this. I hate this costume. And not because I saw the show. I just did not like this costume. The helmet was fine. I thought the helmet was dope.
I like the helmet.
Yeah. But the rest of it, I was like, no. Fucking no. Now, I'm not saying that they should have gone the full 90s route and had that shit from the show and the comic book. I'm not saying they should have had that. No. But I didn't like what they had here. I don't know what would be a better way to go about it, but I just didn't like this.
Just the helmet's cool, though.
Yeah. So... But then, after this, before this, we actually saw Cerebro, and I remember, once again, spoiled from the TV show, actually, I liked this version more. Oh. I like this version a hell of a whole lot more. I like that. The big fucking giant dome.
So you're saying underspoiled from the TV show?
Yeah. Because, the TV show only had him, in, a room. He just put the thing on. That was it.
Is this episode just going to be called Spoiler from the TV show?
Yeah, pretty much. Might as well just say, Jugg is spoiled from the TV show. That's what Jugg does. He's just spoiled from the fucking TV show. But, the CGI is not like Blade. It actually is pretty decent.
Yeah.
Didn't bother me at all. Especially when Mystique changes things. When she changes, shape shifts, does other shit. I kind of dug it. Yeah. Mystiquing. But then one of the cool parts I thought I saw was the guy playing Sabretooth, forget his name. He was a professional wrestler. Big Sky. That was his name. Big Sky. His name was Big Sky. He used to wrestle in WCW, but then he got to play Sabretooth here. And he's sitting there freaking grabbing Storm by the throat. Now, I'm going to be weird here. I dug when he grabbed her by the throat. But the thing is that it's not just her. It's anybody who gets picked up by the throat. I've seen it in so many movies where a guy who's throwing a string picks up another guy by the fucking throat or by the shirt or whatever. I dig it no matter who does it.
So even when Batman does it?
Yeah. Pick somebody up by the fucking throat. At least Darth Vader does it from across the room and chokes people, right? Yeah. And picks them up. I'm down with that. But then this is the thing. I thought Sabretooth here, he must be the fucking biggest badass there is, right?
Yeah.
Because Storm hit him in the chest with a bolt of lightning. And he just shook it off.
He's like, ow.
A bolt of fucking lightning in the chest.
He's just like, ow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of hurt a little.
No big deal. But then later on, you'll see the standoff.
Oh, I wrote this one down too.
You wrote it down, the standoff?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think?
So it's Toad is fighting Storm, right?
No, not that standoff. Oh. Not that standoff. I'm talking about the actual one where he has the guns.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah. See, that standoff was fine.
It's fine.
I liked it. I thought it was a good deal. I thought it was a real good deal. But still, Xavier and Jean Grey sitting there freaking, having controlling Sabretooth and Toad. What else were they gonna do? So,
they could have thrown a rock at him.
Well, Jean could have fucking thrown a car at him.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have a movie.
But it's fine. Of course, Senator Kelly gets revealed.
He shows up.
He fucking turns into a puddle. Storm is there. I don't like Storm in this movie. She's Storm is a powerful, strong character. Can control the fucking weather.
Wife of Black Panther.
Eventually, yeah. She just is shown as just a weak person who will run at the first sign of danger.
She's like, I control the weather, but
Okay. Okay. But then, like I say, when they eventually get to the very end of the movie, and we're about to sit here and do the climax of the movie, and they fly in the black jet, and they got everybody in costumes. You know, they got Rogue about to get hooked up to this fucking machine.
Because Magneto wants to turn them into mutants, even though he doesn't know they just turned into water.
Well, he didn't know. Senator Kelly was his first test, and he was supposed to figure out what happens, but he didn't.
He's like, so I guess if he had succeeded, all he would have had was just some water to drink.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, but other than that, you know, they play this stupid fucking gag with they're walking into the Statue of Liberty freaking gift shop, and Wolverine freaking gets hit by the metal detector and then stabs it with his claws to make it stop. Now, I'll ignore the obvious point that nobody who's working there heard this, whatever. But here's the second part. Has Wolverine never walked through a metal detector before this point? Like, ever? At all?
He doesn't go in airplanes. He just runs across the country.
He just runs. Just Forrest Gump runs across the freaking country the entire way. I got to get to New York, and then I got to go get to L.A., you know? I'm just going to go ahead and just take a run.
I mean, I guess there was the camper thing he had, but it blew up, so.
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, semantics. I don't know. I didn't like the joke, and then, of course, you know, I was like, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, whatever. But then this is what you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Toad comes in and basically kicks 3 X-Men's asses. He kicks Jean. He almost killed Jean. Basically, what happens here in this fucking time period with Toad's fighting everybody, they're just kind of just like, he's like distracting, and then they watch, and then he attacks, and then they fucking get hurt. Like he like threw Storm up like up to the second story of the gift shop. You know, he jumps at freaking Jean Grey. She looks at him, and like she holds him in place, and he just spits in her face.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, what in the fuck is all this? Is he just like the most devastating character ever?
So this is the one movie where the henchmen are actually more awesome than the main villain.
Yeah, and like you watch Logan versus Mystique, and it's fine. I mean, I thought Wolverine was a master of all martial arts because, you know, he's like 100 and something years old. Don't give me the bullshit that he can't fucking fight because he's been fighting this whole fucking time. Okay, he knows what the fuck's happening, but whatever. Okay, when Toad fights Storm, okay, all he's doing is fucking throwing her around, and she's just taking it. She's like, ah. Yeah. Sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger just getting thrown. You know. So, and then she does, then what happens? He throws her down an elevator shaft.
Yep.
Then she comes back up. The elevator dings when she flies back up. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Like, ding, doors open. Wait, is that what happens? The doors open. The ding happens because the doors open. But then she's fucking just being like OP Storm at this point.
Yes.
And says her fantastic line.
You know what happens when a Toad gets struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else.
Yeah. She says that stupid fucking line, which is bullshit because Sabretooth got hit by lightning earlier. It's not the same thing, Storm.
Yeah.
You know, and she didn't even strike him. She struck a pole that his tongue was hanging on. So, and
but he goes flying.
He went flying. Like, I don't, like, he didn't just well, he went flying because she was blowing wind, right? So she was blowing wind, and he went flying because of that after he got struck by lightning.
He's like, ah.
Yeah, and he was never seen again. I mean, I don't think he died. I mean, if Sabretooth can freaking survive, there's no reason for me to think that he can't.
No, he's probably just back in the swamp somewhere.
Just like that. Well, that was fucked up. Let's not do that again.
He's talking to other Toads now.
Yeah. So when Wolverine does stab Mystique in the chest, I remember or in the stomach. I remember the book saying that the reason why Wolverine was able to figure that out was because he could smell the difference between Mystique and Storm. You know, which I guess that's probably true, right? I wouldn't doubt it, but that's what he said. That's what he fucking said. But then later on, you know, when Magneto captures all the X-Men by himself, you know, because he's that OP, you know, Cyclops says, Storm, fry him. And Magneto makes a joke, yeah, well, yeah, do this in fucking a copper conductor, thought you guys lived at a school, whatever. But I'm thinking, you know, Storm, you can control the other weather, right? Couldn't she fucking freeze him or blow him out the fucking hole that he created? Or and a list of other things that she can do besides electricity, right?
Well, you see, she's only OP when it's Toad.
Yeah. Then she can devastate Toad when she has to. You know, but whatever.
And then Magneto. See,
but then Logan fights Sabretooth.
Yeah, on top of the statue.
Yeah, it's fine. I didn't hate this. I didn't hate this at all. I thought it was fine. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, see. In other movies, the villain usually creates a sky beam, but Magneto made a sky wave.
Yeah, this was before that. Yeah, he's making sky waves. Sky waves over here. Yeah. You know? So, but like, you know, like the plan was that, you know, Magneto was going to sit there and freaking cause everybody to have mutant power. So that way when they're deciding the future of what was going to happen, that they would be deciding the future of what's going to happen with them. This would in turn sit there and give mutants the leg up because everybody's a mutant now.
But what he doesn't know is he's just turning everyone into a puddle.
Well, I mean, just because one person turned into a puddle didn't mean that they would all turn into a puddle. What if somebody their mutant powers were like turned into a fucking what's the word? Like a nuclear reactor. Then they would have blown up New York, probably. Yeah. Could have. You know, I don't know. We just saw what happened to Senator Kelly as he turned into a fucking fish. He's like, I'm a fish.
He's like, don't let me be alone when I died, even though I said all mutants suck.
Yeah. Don't let me die. Or don't let me be alone. Like, I would have been like, Stone, like, fuck you. Fuck you in the mouth. I heard what you fucking said. So, but, you know, the day gets saved by Wolverine. He fucking he does basically what Superman does, you know, just fucking
walks through it,
destroys it until it fucking doesn't work. Plan's over. You know, no smart way like Batman.
Magneto just gets destroyed by Cyclops with one blast.
Yeah, which, you know, should have freaking went through him, but it didn't. Whatever. I'm not worried about it. I mean, the thing did. I mean, we know it should have went through him because Cyclops, didn't he destroy the building of a fucking train station?
Yeah,
like the ceiling.
But if we kill him now, we don't get any more movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, movies over. They don't ever really show. Like the X-Men do this classic thing where they just sit there and fucking, you know, leave.
Yeah.
Before the villain gets taken to prison.
Because that's always smart.
Yeah, they just leave, and it's like, whatever, fine, whatever.
I guess that's their villain leaving before the trap kills thing, where it's like, we'll leave before the villain gets captured.
Yeah.
The police can do their job.
You know? Which, whatever. But then, like, they had this plastic prison for Magneto, which I thought was a cool idea, but then I thought, like, how did they know that this guy had the ability to do magnetism?
Who told them that?
Who told them?
Well, did you do it, Charles?
Charles. I don't know. Did they tell him? I don't think they did. You know, but then, like, even then, it's like,
he's got a plastic wheelchair.
Yeah. It's like, how long did it take you to build all this shit?
You know, we just had
we just caught him yesterday.
So, like,
did they keep him, like, sedated or something like that? And then freaking make this plastic prison? I don't know. It seemed like they had it the next day.
Oh, they're just like, oh, it's just something we got in the back.
Yeah. So then, you know, they get back to the mansion. Wolverine, he goes and freaking starts the plot of X-Men 2. You know, Rogue comes out. She does her fucking thing where she's like, don't leave. And he's like, I'm leaving. And then that was it.
That's it. Don't leave. I'm going.
Yeah.
Walks out.
You know, and I was like, whatever. But, like, it's like I say, this movie to me was very underwhelming. Because in 2000, it's a good movie. I'm going to give it a 3.
I'll give it a 3.
Yeah. But the reason why I'm giving it a 3 mostly is because this movie was very underwhelming for me because I had seen the cartoon. It's been the big driving point of this whole fucking thing. I saw the cartoon. I saw what happened.
You're spoiled by the cartoon.
Spoiled by it, and I was expecting that, and I did not get that. And that's what I saw the trailers leading up to this. I kept thinking, oh, they have these stupid fucking black costumes now.
But
later they'll get their real costumes. I was thinking that the whole time. It never happened. I'm thinking Magneto's costume looks fucking stupid now, but later, no, nothing happened. And whatever. I like Sabretooth's costume. I think he looked the most like Sabretooth in any of the movies. So I like Sabretooth's costume. Still upset that Rogue didn't get any powers, didn't fly, didn't do none of that shit.
And she never will.
Yeah, and it just irritates me, and I can't stand that. So none of the villain characters were explored. None of the side hero characters were explored. We got what Magneto's problem was, but that was about it as far as villains go. And you don't know what happened with why Cyclops was the way he is, and why Storm is the way she is, and why Jean's the way she is. Maybe a little bit from Jean, and that's about it.
I guess for Wolverine, kind of just like there's metal in him.
Yeah, that's it. You don't get too much of anything from anybody. It's a start. But like in these movies, usually they're supposed to have origin stories for kind of everybody. And you really kind of just got 2 from the bad guy and Rogue. But whatever. I saw this and I'm giving it a 3. Why would you give it a 3?
I'd give it a 3 because it was, I think it's my first X-Men movie. I'm not sure. But I saw this before the cartoon. I know that.
Oh, so you weren't spoiled.
I wasn't spoiled by the cartoon.
Well, I was, and
I like the cartoon.
Mm-hmm. But you haven't finished it.
No.
You might hate the last episode. I doubt it. It was not that bad. It's actually a pretty good episode. So, oh well. But we're gonna go ahead and call that an episode. Yeah. I liked it, and like I said, it deserves a 3. But hey, like I say, plug the Instagram, plug the YouTube channel. Both of them, Gentleman Jug. I'm
not biased. I just, I think they're good. Yeah.
And if you like this, I'm thinking the next movie we're gonna have to go back to a DC animated movie.
So let's do
No, I'll figure it out.
Oh,
no, I'll get it. No, I got it. There's an order to this.
Yes.
Yes. And I guess you guys will know about this when it's ready.
When it's ready.
Did I get the jump on you, Jalen? You didn't know what to do?
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. I don't know how to.
I didn't know what to do. I don't know. It's my phrase. I can't say it now.
Okay, fine. We'll start over. Okay, it will come out
when it's ready.
There you go. All right. Take it easy, y'all.